Hello, thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel and tuning into this video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 key principles that are so important for growing a business, but also expanding your business to the next level as well. These concepts are more like 5D suggestions rather than like your 3D practicalities. I can do that in a separate video, but are so important in creating a strong foundation in your business that then enables you to scale your business and also enables you to scale in a world where if something happens to yourself, your relationships, something happens in the world out there, you will be able to withstand everything and anything that comes to you. So number one, there's 5. Number 1 is perception. Every single situation, every single opportunity, there's always a positive and a negative, and we get to choose what we want to activate. We either can activate the positive or we can activate the negative, but everything is perception. Everything is perception. Everything is that we experience and is a reflecting of how we want to experience it. So we live on this polarity planet and we get to choose. There's always going to be a positive or negative to everything. So how do we feel positive when sometimes we don't feel positive or we don't even want to feel positive? Well, the first thing we can add in is gratitude. And yes, this has definitely been overused on Instagram, like gratitude, attitude of gratitude. It's such an overused word, but let's not forget the power that we know it has in its originality, so gratitude is so important. When we start adding a gratitude for the situation, for something that's happening, or for the life that we already have, or things that we already have, or things that we've already created, that then enables us to grow up the scale of emotions and activate the positive in more situations than ever. It basically raises our frequency. So in terms of manifestation, gratitude is the catalyst. So what happens if you're struggling to even feel grateful? Well, this comes on to point 2. Number 2, have pranic energy. Have what the yogis call it prana. The Western world would call it life force, you could even call it vitality. But this, again, is so important. When we have so much pranic energy, we make better choices, we make better decisions. And ultimately, like, we are the beginning, the middle, and the end. Like, everything is with us. So this is crucial for happiness. And let's face it, if you're happy, you're going to have a better business, or you're going to feel happier in growing your business, and you're going to be able to serve people in a better way. So when the trilogy of the mind, body, and soul is balanced and our nervous system is strong enough to support us, we can, like I said, make these better choices and better decisions. So I've got a little task for you. Take a blank piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and on the left-hand column, I want you to put incoming. And in the right-hand column, I want you to write the top outgoings. And this is a document for your energy. So this isn't about your financial incomings and outgoings. This is your energetic incomings and outgoings. So let me ask you, what gives you energy? What gives you energy? So it could be meditation, breath of fire, journaling, being in nature, spending time with friends and family. But take the time to do this. You can pause the video, come back to it, or you can do it later. But also what I would say is, don't necessarily just go for the cliche, the obvious, but really search in your heart and your mind, body, soul, what feels good for you. So as well, like, think of like the practical stuff, like your nutrition, your supplements, like what you're eating day in and day out. And then also things like meditation and even like where you're living, anything like that. And then in the outgoings, I want to ask you, what's taking away energy? What in your life is actually taking away energy? What's depleting it from your life? So for me, it's cleaning. Like, cleaning just depletes my energy. I do like a couple of things, I'm like, I can't do anymore, I've got no energy. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. But other things as well, maybe it's certain conversations, certain people. I definitely had social media in this common column for a while until I changed how I saw it, which I'll come on to in a second. But take the time to do this. And again, try not to go for the cliche. just actually do a bit of soul searching, and you create your incoming and outcome column. Now, with the outgoing columns, what you can ask yourself with everything in there is there anything in there that you can delegate? So obviously for me, it's the cleaning. Is there anything in there that you can systemize? So it might be part of your social media. Or is there anything in there that you just have to, at this moment in time, see if you can see it differently? Like for me, it was social media. I tried to systemize it and I wasn't ready for the systemization. So then I had to shift my energy towards how I felt about social media. And then when I shifted my energy towards it, it actually then went into the other column. So this isn't set, this is interchangeable. Of course it is. So what can you delegate? Or maybe you can't delegate right now, but you know you can in time. So when I work with clients, we work on things that we need to do practically, obviously, as well as the soulful stuff. And I want them to learn the practical stuff, because then if they learn it and they know how it works and they know the ins and outs of how it works, when they're at a point where they have built their business to financially be able to delegate and pay someone else to do it, they can. So this leads me on to my next point, which is number 3, know yourself. I want you to start getting to know you, know who you are, know what lights you up, know what dims your sparkle, like, as I've said already, but like know yourself in terms of like, what's your love language? What's your, like, know your astrology. That was actually really powerful for me. Like learning my astrology, I suddenly like read this, it was a document actually, the first thing it was that I did, and then obviously I've done work with people individually, but suddenly I had this reflection back at me of like, yeah, that's who I am, that's what I do, oh, that's why I do what I do. And it just made sense, and it gave me so much more compassion to myself, which then enabled me to give more compassion to other people as well. So the benefit of knowing yourself as well is that you can discern, because you're going to hear so many things on social media about you should do this or you need to do that, or, you know, with everything, with business, with life, whatever. But if you can get to a point where you can discern what you need. So, you know, someone might say to have great success, you need to exercise every day. But that might not be the thing that gives you energy. So for me, you know, walking and yoga and slower movements give me energy rather than doing a workout class. That is just an absolute no for me. So I could listen to someone telling me that I have to do workout classes to be successful and feel like I can't be successful because it doesn't actually work for me. But if I could get to the point where I can discern the difference and I can be in alignment with what feels right to me, that is powerful in growing our business. So if gratitude is the catalyst to manifesting, then alignment is the key to actually getting what it is that you're here to create in this lifetime. Because you could be giving gratitude and you could be manifesting quickly, but if you're on the path that's not serving you, then it kind of doesn't really matter. You're going in a direction you don't want to be in. So bring yourself into alignment by knowing yourself, so then you can add the gratitude and accelerate onto your path of destiny rather than that path of fate. So other ways to get to know yourself: know your circadian rhythm, personality tests, astrology, I mentioned that, core values, human design. I don't know a great deal about that. I know a little bit about it, but I hear amazing things about that as well. Yeah, your core values, just like really get to know you and know that you are worth getting to know. Know that you are definitely worth getting to know and taking the time to do that. And this brings me on to my next point, number 4, journal questions. This is a powerful tool we can all use at every level in business. And you can create your own questions, or you can do some different questions. In fact, what I'll do is I have a 40-minute journaling workshop that's completely free. It's especially great at solstices and equinoxes, but to be honest, you can do it anytime. I'll put the link below, and that'll link you to that, and you can create some time aside and do the journaling. And it's really about just creating your intentions or goals for for 3 months, a year, 6, 5 years, whatever feels good for you. But some great journaling questions that I actually love is a concept called Ikigai. And it's a Japanese concept, which basically these 4 questions help you find your Ikigai, which is like your centered truth of what you're here to do in this lifetime, which is pretty powerful. So these are the 4 questions, and they are: what do I love? So what do you love? What are you good at? What can you get paid for? And what does the world need? Now, this is how I did it. I went on my laptop because I'm quick at typing on my laptop. It's a lot quicker than just journaling with pen and paper. And I threw everything down that I could think of. I didn't second guess myself. So even if you're like, what do I love? I love pizza. Write it down. Just have that energy of just letting everything out and letting it flow. Journal like crazy and don't overthink it. Once you've done that, ask yourself, is there any commonalities in those 4 columns? So for me, actually, meditation was one of them. What do I love? Meditating. What am I good at? Meditating. What can I get paid for? Teach people to meditate. What does the world need? More meditation. So that was actually one that came up for me, but let me know what comes up for you. I'd be really, really interested. And then a couple of extra questions I'm just going to ask you, which I think are really good questions to ask, especially at this time. And this is actually by a lady called Kemi Nekapil. And she basically said, what, or if anything, do you need to let go of? Or what are you grieving that you just need to let go of? And it could be something really small, like I'm grieving my youth. Actually, that's a pretty big thing. Or it could be something small, like I'm grieving that I couldn't go in coffee shops for a year. Or it could be something really big that you've been through. But just acknowledge that, and as part of the journey that you've been on. As much as I don't like using that word journey, it just sometimes seems the best word to use. So my last point number 5, that I'd love to share with you is about enjoying the stillness and the understanding there's so much power in being still, and the power of being calm, and the power of peace, and the power of giving yourself time to you. I'm just checking the dogs out, and they're actually doing that. They're giving themselves, they're empowering themselves with calmness and peace. Aren't you, Dottie? This is definitely something I have a privilege of having in abundance. But I also, probably because I've just prioritized it, because for me, it is so, so important. So again, this definitely can give you strength. It can give you energy, and it can offer stability as well. So spend some time with you. Don't wait. Don't leave it until another day, another time, like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll make time for me tomorrow. After all, like in these moments where we tap into the power of us, in the big grand scheme of life, that offers us the moment to see significance of so many things, but also to see the importance of the power of the priceless moments in life. So you are worthy of everything your heart desires. You are worthy of time to be still and be in peace. You are one that is the most important. Your health, your physical body, your emotional body, your soul body, your positive, negative, and neutral body. Honor yourself, respect yourself, laugh at yourself, see the funny side of you and all you bring. Because when you have a strong foundation of self-love and appreciation and gratitude, no matter what the world brings, you are strong and grounded and can take it all on and more. I hope this has been helpful and beneficial for you. I do work with people one-to-one, although I only got so many slots, and I might struggle with space at the moment, but please drop me a message or pop below if you would like to be considered to work with me in a one-to-one way, or if you would like to take the quiz. I have a quiz, which soulful business is for you? So I found a lot of people wanting to have a business, to share their wisdom and their knowledge, and to obviously help a lot of people, but they didn't know which direction to take it in. One-to-one coaching, retreats, online courses, all these different things. So I created a quiz that people could take that would give them guidance. So feel free to take the quiz. I'll pop everything in the thing below. Text below. Have an amazing day. Take care. Bye.